Welcome back to the channel, guys. So today I want to show you one of the most awesome Nintendo Switch accessories I have used to date, and that is the GBro adapter from 8Bitdo, or 8Bitdo. I don't know how to say it. I'm just going to say 8Bitdo. So 8Bitdo, they've made a ton of cool products in the past, like, you know, Nintendo NES, Super Nintendo style Bluetooth controllers, and they've actually partnered with Analog to make retro receivers. That way you can use Bluetooth controllers on original consoles or clone consoles of the NES or Super Nintendo. Pretty cool stuff. So what does the GBro do? The GBro, it actually allows you to use GameCube controllers or controllers with Wii port plugs wirelessly on the Nintendo Switch, PC, or other devices that recognize Bluetooth for controller inputs. The GBro has one port for each style controller input, so one Wii style and then one GameCube style on each end. So you're getting one for each. It also has Nintendo Switch function buttons on the adapter, which in my opinion is very useful, as most likely a lot of the controllers you may use with this won't have buttons to mimic those functions. And, you know, a while back, Nintendo did start selling NES-style controllers that are wireless. They started selling them when their online service began, or pre-ordering them anyway, so you could play the NES games that they give you access to more closely to how you remember. Now that set sells for about $60, plus tax, plus shipping, all that good stuff, direct from Nintendo. Has not shipped yet. I think at least mine haven't shipped yet, so I'm not sure when they're shipping. They said December sometime, so I'd imagine pretty soon. But besides those, if you own an NES Classic or a Super Nintendo Classic Edition, this GBro adapter allows you to use them wirelessly on the Nintendo Switch. In my eyes, making Nintendo's wireless NES controllers not as needed, to me anyway. Now, the GBro does require two AA batteries to function, and they're not included. Come on, guys. At least give us what we need, right? You know, this is becoming more and more commonplace. A lot of times they would just throw in a couple cheap batteries, that way you can get up and running. Nowadays, buy them yourself. It is what it is, I guess. But moving on, setup with this device was very easy. It only took a couple seconds to get this thing working. Essentially, the only thing you need to do is you have to put your adapter into S mode. So you'll see on the actual adapter there's two modes, switch mode and X input. So you'll make sure it's in S mode. And then you'll press the home button. The home button is the little red button with the heart-shaped thing on it, the little pixel heart, I guess. So you'll go ahead and press that. The LED will start blinking, and then you'll press the pair button for 2 seconds. The pair button is the little yellow button, and it'll enter into pair mode. The LED will start blinking rapidly. You'll go to your Switch homepage, and you'll click on controllers and then go to change grip order to pair the adapter. The LED will become solid when it's successful. It didn't really take me very long, and it worked the first time I did it, so that was definitely a good thing. With this adapter, it's interesting because you can have two controllers plugged in at once. So you can have a Wii style controller, you know, one of those NES or Super Nintendo Classic style controllers plugged in, and a GameCube controller plugged in. But the one thing with that is only the last controller you plugged in will function. Now, if you remove one of them, then whatever one is left will take over that function, but that's just something of note. I still think it's kind of interesting and useful that way. That way you can just have both your controllers next to you, but you can just always plug one in, unplug it. Doesn't really matter, but yeah, I'm sure people will ask, will they both work? And for me, they have not. But, you know, you can firmware update this thing, or at least 8Bitdo could, so maybe that function could change in the future, but to me, it's not really that big of a deal. Now, playing in portable mode or in docked mode using the GBro adapter and using various controllers, I'm not noticing any additional lag. For me, the response time feels very similar to using an official Pro controller for the Nintendo Switch. The two main controllers I used while testing the GBro both functioned exactly the way they should. Using an official GameCube controller in Smash Ultimate, I did not have to configure my buttons as they all functioned the way they should. Also, another thing I know a lot of people will probably ask is the built-in rumble on the GameCube controllers. They functioned perfectly. I had no issues. Pretty cool stuff, because I wasn't sure if that rumble function was going to work, and it did, so pretty sweet stuff. And, you know, with this device, I was kind of contemplating canceling my pre-orders on these, because I started thinking I'm probably not going to use these. I did purchase the GameCube port adapter, the official one for the Nintendo Switch, so you can, you know, wire up and actually use GameCube controllers. So I was like, will I really use this thing? But it's great. I'm glad I didn't cancel my pre-order, because, you know, it's really hard for me to find any negatives with this device. I've really been enjoying it, and it has quickly become like one of my favorite Switch accessories. Like, it's the thing I really am happy that I have. You know, maybe the only negative I think people may see with this is that it uses AA batteries instead of rechargeable batteries. You know, so many things nowadays come with rechargeable batteries. Just plug it in, recharge it, you're good to go. You know, that's kind of spoiled some of us, but I think at the same time, it can be a problem, you know, instead of using replaceable batteries, when we're using these rechargeable lithium-ion batteries and whatnot, it can become an issue in my eyes. I mean, I don't mind it, but sometimes I wish I have easy access to swap batteries. You know, so I'm actually really fine with this, as, you know, I like to be able to just change out common batteries than worrying about, you know, a rechargeable battery eventually, you know, will not be able to take a charge. So that's one thing to keep in mind, is with a lot of these devices that use rechargeable batteries, once that rechargeable battery stops taking a charge, if you can't easily find a new battery for it, or the way the company designed it, it makes it difficult to replace it, then you're just kind of, you know, you're out of luck. So I kind of do miss using AA's, you know, with things, but at the same time, it really depends on the device, because if I have to constantly, you know, swap batteries, that's an extra additional cost. AA batteries aren't cheap, obviously. You know, we use them still on a lot of things like remote controls or old school handheld devices. But with a device like this, the lifespan of using, you know, decent batteries is supposed to be about 30 hours. So that's a good thing. I mean, are you going to be playing this, you know, 30 hours straight? Probably not, but over time, you know, a few hours here and there, I see this lasting a decent amount of time. But keep that in mind. Some fresh, I would say decent quality batteries, you'll be good for about 30 hours. And I think that's a good thing. So not having to worry about swapping them in and out that often is definitely cool. You know, I'm really happy to have bought these, since I'm actually using them. Like I said, I didn't think I was going to use them, which made me wonder if I should even keep my pre-order, because these were $20 adapters. I bought 2 of them, so that was a little over 40 bucks. And it's a little pricey, especially when you have a lot of other options and other controllers. Or like I said, I do have that GameCube adapter, the official one for the Nintendo Switch. And that works just as well, but the cool thing with this is it's wireless, and it's actually made life a little easier to me. Yes, you gotta worry about batteries, that's one thing, but being able to not be wired into the system and use GameCube controllers essentially like they were Wavebird controllers, I think is awesome stuff. And it was well worth the price to me just for that piece. The other big cool thing was using those NES Classic Edition controllers to play the included NES games. Yeah, I have so many different ways to play these NES games, but it's still pretty neat to be able to plug that in and use it. Say Nintendo eventually puts up Super Nintendo Classic, you know, games on the system, and you have a Classic Edition console, you can use those controllers as well. So the possibilities are pretty darn sweet, in my opinion, all the different controllers you could use, at least on the Wii side of things. Obviously, the GameCube side of things, you're just using GameCube controllers. But the Wii side, you can use the old Wii, you know, classic controller, stuff like that, or the Classic Edition from the NES Super Nintendo. Really awesome stuff. So I just wanted to share this product with you guys. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm super glad that I purchased it. Paying 40 bucks for 2 of them. Yeah, that was a little bit pricey. If you're looking to get into some crazy wireless Smash Bros using GameCube controllers and you're looking to buy 4 of them or 8 of them, that's definitely going to be costly. But hey, to me, I only needed 2 of them. I'm not going to have no smash parties going on. Really, I only needed 1, just bought a second one just for backup or whatever, but definitely well worth it for me. Highly recommended. I am loving this product, so really do appreciate it, guys. Smash that like button, make sweet ass love to that notification bell. And with that said, guys, I will catch y'all next time. Peace out, bye-bye, and boom!